So these are the series of lectures that we'll be handling, and the first chapter would be offences relating to marriage. So section 80 deals with dowry death, and when a woman has died by any burns or bodily injury that has been caused to her, otherwise than of normal circumstances, but such death should have been caused within 7 years of her marriage. And it should also be shown that the woman, soon before she was died, she was subjected to cruelty and harassment by her husband as well as any relative of her husband. So such harassment and cruelty that has been caused should be in connection with the demand of dowry, and such offense shall constitute a dowry death. And the punishment for this would be 7 years and may extend to imprisonment for life. And the next section is section 81. So it is about a man has caused cohabitation in a deceitful means, deceitful in the sense dishonestly, who is not lawfully married, and to make him believe that she was lawfully married, so for sole purpose of cohabiting or having sexual intercourse. So that is a punishment. That is an offense, and the same shall be punished for an imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, shall also be liable to fine. And the next section is section 82. So marrying again during lifetime of a husband or wife should also be called as bigamy, and bigamy is an offense under this BNS. So wife or a husband living marries in case in which such marriage is void by reason of not taking place during the life of such husband or wife, like another marriage is taking place while the spouse is already living, and that shall be an offense and shall be punished for an imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years and shall also be liable to fine. And there are certain exceptions, I would say uh, 3 to 4 exceptions. So first exception would be the first marriage has been declared a void by a court of competent jurisdiction, and that is a first exception. And the second is would be personal laws, of course, obviously. And there is a continuous absent, or a spouse have not been heard of being alive for a period, for example 7 years, the spouse has not been heard of being alive. In such case bigamous marriage is allowed, but uh, with a provision that the subsequent marriage with whom such marriage is contracted must state facts that uh, generally knowledge should be communicated, that facts are clear, like this is a second marriage and etc etc. So knowledge must be provided to the party contracting subsequent marriage before even conducting marriage ceremony, and that is another exception that has been provided. And whoever commits an offense under subsection 1, having concealed, they have concealed from the person with whom subsequent marriage is contracted the fact that former marriage is already there, shall be punished with an imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years and also be liable to fine. And section 83 deals with marriage ceremony fraudulently gone through without lawful marriage. So the key word here is fraudulently. So whoever dishonestly or with fraudulent intention goes through a ceremony of being married, knowing that he is not thereby lawfully married. So fraudulently a marriage has taken will be taken place. Okay, then uh, under this, the persons would be liable for an imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, and also be liable to fine. And section 84 of BNS talks about enticing or taking away a woman who's a wife of another man. So this section read as follows: whoever takes, entices away any woman who is or he knows or has reason to believe that to be the wife of any other man, with intent that she might have illicit intercourse with any person, or conceals or detains without intent. So the intent to have illicit intercourse is very much important under this section, and it is, simply to put, it is an enticing of women for sole purpose of having sexual intercourse, and the same shall be an offence and shall be punished for an imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years, and shall also be liable to fine, or with both. And section 85 talks about husband or relative of husband of a woman subjecting to her to cruelty. So this is a cruelty section, section 85, and whoever being husband or relative of the husband subjects a woman to cruelty shall be punished for an imprisonment of it for a term which may extend to 3 years, and shall also be liable to fine. So punishment for cruelty would be 3 years, shall be may be extended to 3 years, and shall also be liable to fine. So section 86 deals with the definition of cruelty. So cruelty generally is interpreted very widely, and its definition is not exhaustive, and therefore, due to various judicial proceedings, it is noteworthy to also take those judicial precedents into consideration as well. So, cruelty, what is cruelty has been defined. So, it is a willful conduct. Uh, Such nature is likely to drive a woman to commit suicide, to cause a grave injury or a danger to life or limb or health. Health can be interpreted as both mental as well as physical, and that is about clause A of section 86. And clause B talks about harassment. So any woman has been subjected to harassment with a view to coerce her to meet unlawful demand. The term dowry has not been expressly mentioned under this act, but instead there is a term called unlawful demand has been given for any valuable security or in account of failure by her or any person relating to her to meet such demand. Not only that particular person, it could be any other person related to her who is failing to meet such demand to provide valuable security, and such uh, would be construed as an harassment, right? And 87 section 87 deals with kidnapping, abducting, or inducing women to compel her marriage. So whoever kidnaps, abducts any woman with intent that she may be compelled, or knowing it likely that she will be compelled. So compulsion is there. To marry any person against a will, it is happening against a will, or in order that she will be forced or seduced to illicit intercourse. So she is getting uh, subjected to seduction. I mean, illicit intercourse, yeah, or knowing it likely that she will be forced or seduced to illicit intercourse. The sole purpose of kidnapping the woman is to have a illicit intercourse, shall be punished with an imprisonment of either description of a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. And whoever, by means of criminal intimidation, has defined in the Sanhita, criminal intimidation has been defined. of abuse of authority or any other method of compulsion induces any woman to go from any place with intent that she may be, or knowing that it is likely that she will be forced or seduced to illicit intercourse with another person, shall also be punished as aforesaid, and the same punishment for this to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. So the second part of section 82 deals with not just that person is forcing to have sexual intercourse or illicit intercourse with someone else, but not with himself particularly. And that is about this chapter, offenses relating to marriage.